Hi darlings, how's it going? It's Gwen with Mystic Tumbleweeds, and I'm here to do a beautiful reading again for you today. It's the 22nd. I don't know where November went. It was here, and now it's almost the end of the month. But today's a very powerful day. 11/22, two master numbers in the date itself. And, twos are really all about balance and collaboration and really honoring too, like, I'm feeling a sense of a hermit mode coming on with me again as I'm doing more shadow work, as I'm doing more, diving deeper into truths, about really recognizing some of those fears and what part of my shadow that is, and diving deeper into what the fear really stems from and bringing light into the darkness, and twos too are about, not to worry, to trust and have faith that you are, co-creating with spirit, and that you're not alone, and that this is a beautiful spiritual transformation for you. And yeah, worry is definitely a wasted emotion. I feel that I'm going to continue to say that, and that this is a beautiful transformation for you now. The card that came out today is the snake from my Liminal Spirits deck. And that's why I'm speaking so much to it. Let's show you the snake here. Interesting how my camera picks up these cards, because this is all green over here for me again, which yesterday I had a card too that was all it was the ash tree, yeah, that turned out to be all gold, and this is looking like the golden snake. We'll just make him the golden snake, okay? And see how he's got around in his tail here. It's almost like his tail is wrapped around this egg. But I'm also seeing it more like cycles, patterns, but also like through this transformation, through this rebirth, because that's what the snake speaks to, being able to have a different perspective, on things, and because you're able to see the patterns, and and like I said, the snake's about transformation, and I was talking about shadow work and going deeper into those truths, and the snake has always been one of those fears for me. I still have a deathly fear of the snake. I don't want to be near them. I don't really even want to look at them when they come out in my artwork. I mean, and I love all creatures, so I've been embracing that fear. Some of my newer friends have, the snakes as pets, and so, I've embraced that fear just this year, and, not held the snake, but at least was able to be in the same room with the snake out of a cage, So, but it's also about it really diving deep into those fears. What are your fears? What have been your fears? And are they still there? And do you need to dive deeper into them? What is my fear of the snake? Well, the snake is religious aspect for me, because I was brought up in such a way where the snake was seen as, the evil. And we're going back to the Garden of Eden, and this, one of my grandmas always taught me, the serpent is on his belly and is, it was all the stories in the Bible about why he crawls on his belly. Okay. All of that. I'm not going into that. I don't want to get, but that's for me. There's a lot of religious connotation, that comes with that. What are your fears is what I'm saying. Like, dive deep into it. Like, why are you afraid of the dark? Why are you afraid of the dark? What is in the darkness? Are you afraid of spiders? What about the spiders? Are you afraid of water? Why are you afraid of the water? That kind of thing, diving deeper into it, seeing the truths of it. That's where you find the golden egg, the truth of the matter, the lightness, the light. Okay. So let's look up snake and make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Precious snake here. Beautiful golden snake of enlightenment. Snake speaks to the Kundalini. And I'm telling you what, my Kundalini been active. And sometimes painful. I can tell where parts of my chakras are blocked because I'm having pains in that part of my body. Okay? Yeah. That's why it's very important for me right now, because mine is all right in here in my neck. So yeah. It's about speaking my truth and standing in it. Okay? And not holding back the words that I need to speak, that are my truths, that are my, and honoring that in every relationship that's in my life. Okay? The snake and humanity have been linked by myth and since ancient times. Well, Most people are familiar with the story of Eve succumbing to the persuasive charms of a damning serpent in the Garden of Eden. There are myths all over the world linking the snake with the creation of the world and being a true bringer of wisdom. Outside the limited concept of sin, the snake reveals to us the mysteries of death, rebirth, healing, and transformation. And the green that's in this card does speak to the, to the heart healing is what I've been saying, but as it's appearing gold, I'm feeling that solar energy again. This beautiful, beautiful, powerful, heightened opening feeling of your solar plexus is what I feel. Like, yeah, the heart and the solar plexus. A message bearing wisdom and insight is heading your way, too. It's what this message is about. Heed the words you hear, even if they make you uncomfortable. Something new and exciting is coming your way. Well, that's beautiful. Beautiful. I'm glad I read this. A cycle that keeps repeating itself must be examined. Ask yourself, is this a healthy pattern or something that must be broken? And that's why I spoke to seeing that pattern, seeing that cycle, from a different perspective. And be careful not to let fear or insecurity overtake you. Just because you don't understand something doesn't make it wrong. Okay? That's why I said dive deeper into your fears. Okay? For a long time, I lived a life where I was afraid of death until I realized what that was, until I came to that part of my awakening. Okay? And I don't have that fear. I've come to an acceptance with it. Being brought up in a religious kind of aspect, you fear hell and damnation and not being forgiven. And so you hold that, and now is the time for rebirth. You forgive yourself, you can forgive others. It starts from self, it starts from within, okay? The crystal also wanted to come out, 2 cards today for a powerful, 11/22 reading. The snake, the serpent, whatever you want to call him, the snake, and the crystal. Okay, and in this card, I just see so much. I'm seeing reflections of faces within the crystals and see all the different shapes and edges and facets. There's so many facets of the crystal, just like there's so many facets of us, reflections of us in the universe, right? Right, okay? And taking on this different perspective now that you've been through this healing. And yes, sometimes the transition is weird, is awkward. You're still letting go of, there's still lingerings of old ways of being that are wanting to be released, And so be patient with yourself is what I hear from Spirit too. The messages here, it says there are many facets to a situation. Take time to scry. Gaze upon the surfaces before deciding. So scrying is coming up in here. Scry into, a crystal, a glass obsidian ball, a glass orb, a crystal, a flame, a body of water, that sort of thing, and see if anything comes. And yeah, there's many facets to the situation. And most of the times, too, crystals are, you got to search for them. You got to dig through the dirt, right? To find the crystal. You got to dig through the dirt. You got to dig deeper. Okay? That's what I've been telling you, too, with the snake. Sometimes it takes a bit of digging through the dirt to find the beauty within. Contact with the earth is good for you right now. So, the snake travels upon the earth, right? The crystals are formed within the earth. So grounding, 22 today, it's, those numbers together, it's a 4. 4 is all about grounding and connecting with earth, okay? Find and trust the luminescence within yourself. You bring illumination and light to a muddled scenario. Don't let the others dim your light. What a beautiful, powerful message, the snake and the crystal today. Yeah. And the crystal is used. It's ancient. It's been here since Earth's been here. It's long enchanted humankind, right? And if there are many people that are still unaware of the powers of the crystal, the healing benefits of the crystal, the power of the crystal, just like the power of the spirit, the power of your soul, your own powers. It's like the crystal, okay? Crystals can represent sharpness and clarity, precision, spirituality, purity, love, and protection. Okay? And that's where I'm going to leave you today. If this reading resonated with you, give me a thumbs up, share these videos. I really do appreciate the shares. I like to keep my tribe small, but I'm trying to get these messages out. Not trying. I am getting these messages out on YouTube. But I also need my friends and my tribe to share these videos too, and that's how we touch more people. So if the reading is really resonating with you, do share it on your timeline. It's the best gift ever for us, you know, and we are all connected, and we all, you know, there's one of, if it didn't hit with you today, maybe it's going to hit with somebody else. Okay, if somebody else pops into your mind, then they were supposed to hear this reading, so that's why I need you to share. I love you all, sending you lots and lots of love. If you are interested in a private reading, just reach out. All my information's in the box below, and I do have some open availability for that right now. Yeah.